Alright, so as you've seen from the title, there is a special announcement. But what kind of announcement is that? The, I don't know, fact that there is new content coming to the channel? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy welcoming Inside Out to the Dragon Man channel.
Make some noise!
Dude, we gotta talk about this! Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is finally time for a new video. And my brother was very kind enough to take me to see Inside Out 2, and my gosh, am I glad he did, because that was amazing. Spoiler-free review will be coming, but for now, I just want to really do this video, so I was thinking, hey, how cool would it be if my bro and I discussed the possibility of an Inside Out 3, because, I mean, like, everyone who saw the movie is like, dude, we want it to be a trilogy. And you guys are awesome, so you deserve an awesome video. So, right now, I just want to talk about some of the emotions and some of the things that I want to see in Inside Out 3, and the actors and actresses that I would love to see play the emotions. Now, this is simply my own opinion, so if you guys think otherwise, hey, good for you. But legitimately, I expect none of this to actually happen. So, let's just have fun with it. But the main thing, the number one thing that I want to see in Inside Out 3 is a new emotion that could be the main antagonist. That being guilt. I want to see that. Me, personally, and it'll be very interesting to see because Disney Pixar's Inside Out, both 1 and 2, are very commonly known for having comedy vibes and being like this office workplace kind of a story with a little dab bit of adventure, as we've seen from both the first and second one. So, I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but, I mean, I don't know. What do you think, bro?
Well, it's kind of interesting that you want guilt to be the main antagonist of Inside Out 3, because for both Inside Out 2 and 1, guilt was actually one of the emotions that was originally supposed to appear, and he got scrapped both times.
So there you go. Third time's a charm, you know?
Disney already knows kind of what they want him to look like, because I found these concept arts of scrapped emotions, because Inside Out 1 was originally supposed to have 27 emotions.
Oh, dude, where'd you find that?
Just as I was, browsing around researching about Disney movies one day, I just typed in, I think, Inside Out concept art scrapped emotions, and I found it.
And thank you to IAMAG.co and more for these video clips and images.
That is what guilt was originally supposed to look like. As you can see, he's kind of gloomy. He's got a beanie on.
He's rocking the beanie. He looks like this upside-down raindrop.
Which is kind of fitting for his character, because, guilt is, you feel sad, you feel gloomy, you feel like an Eeyore, basically.
Yeah. So, when it comes to guilt, I definitely want to see this emotion to be the main antagonist, as opposed to the other emotions. Because in the first one, anger was not exactly the main antagonist of the first one, but in the second one, definitely anxiety was the main antagonist.
I could definitely tell, without spoiling anything, yeah. I mean, even in the trailers,
they showed it so much. So, how do you top Inside Out 2? Bringing in an emotion that is even more dangerous than anxiety. And I can testify to that, because, there's just so many ways how guilt can work and tie into other emotions. The emotion of guilt can work with anxiety, making the person feel like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to fix this? It can work with anger, making you beat yourself up. And it can even work with sadness. And this is something that I'm not exactly sure they would incorporate into Inside Out 3, but in my own personal opinion, something that I would want to see is Guilt being a little bit, like more sly and manipulative and making himself sound good to the other emotions, making them work for him and turning them all against Joy. What? I mean, I know after all that they've been through, this probably will not happen. I mean, especially emotions like sadness and maybe some of the other characters like anger, disgust, and fear. But, I mean, he would definitely get in their heads. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. I mean, if they want this to be, like, kid-friendly, they're definitely going to want, like, Joy to not be alone in this.
At least give her one character to accompany her.
Yeah. And that is actually where two more emotions that I want to see in Inside Out 3 come in, to be discussed later. But right now, I want to talk about my 3 top picks for the voice actor in order to voice Guilt. Now, when it comes to the Inside Out characters, they usually hire people who are A, good at kid-friendly films, B, are somewhat of comedy stereotypes, and C, just nail, I don't want to go with corny versions of the emotions, but, I mean, definitely humorous that you will like. So...
And, big, famous actors.
Big famous actors. There you go. So, let's head on to my first pick. You guys are probably not going to believe this.
If you want to stay ahead of me, Mr. Secretary, you need to keep both eyes open.
Samuel L. Jackson. Just given the fact that he has been in a lot of movies, including one of his most recent successes being the Garfield movie. And in Marvel, he is very serious and a massive insult king. So that is the reason why I go for him with one of the picks as the role of Guilt.
Interesting. Little clip you played there, Guilt sounded kind of menacing, like you were talking about earlier. So, this whole Guilt being the main antagonist of Inside Out 3 kind of reminds me of one of the original versions of Inside Out 1, where a similar emotion, gloom, was supposed to be the main antagonist. Sort of like a revision of that original storyline. So that's cool.
Yeah. But what if they want to explore Guilt in a different way? What if they don't want him to make him so menacing? In fact, what if they want him to seem more, like out of control and somewhat like anger? Well, that is why I go with the next voice actor that I'm going with.
Oh, I don't care if it's mean. Everybody's got dead people. It's no excuse to get everybody else dead along the way.
Bradley Cooper.
I was not expecting that.
I gotta admit, he is a very famous actor, and he has himself had his fair share of comedies. So, I'm just thinking to myself, if they want to go with the whole rage monster, Guilt scenario, Bradley Cooper is the way to go. But, surprisingly, the number one guy I want to see play the role of Guilt, actually, when it comes to, comedy and being I don't want to say a kid-friendly actor, actually fits neither of those criteria.
If you truly wish to save Lothal, Commander Bridger, the only term I'll accept is your immediate and unconditional surrender.
Lars Mikkelsen. I just gotta say, that voice that he uses for General Thrawn, absolutely, that is Guilt. That whispering voice telling you everything that you've been doing wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I still like the Rebels series. It's my favorite Star Wars entry, the Rebels series.
Oh my gosh. Heck, that debuted on Disney XD, so the guy does have voice acting experience in a somewhat kid-friendly audience.
In a project aimed more towards a younger audience.
So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. But now, onto the two emotions that could very much strongly resist guilt. And boy, am I looking forward to these. And Joshua wants to throw in some too.
So, one of the new characters that I would like to see in Inside Out 3, which was actually scrapped from Inside Out 1, is the emotion of love.
Well, that is a very strong resistor to guilt.
Yeah, love yourself. Be kind to yourself, yeah.
She looks like a granny.
Kind of looks like nostalgia. But the reason I mainly go for this is because of a cool theory that people were theorizing when Inside Out 2 was being yet to be released. And that was that in Inside Out 2, in the final battle, if you get what I mean, that joy was actually going to turn into love and grow stronger, and that was how she was going to defeat anxiety.
Oh, jeez.
And since anxiety turned out pretty...
But let's not spoil anything right now.
I'm sorry.
I saved you from doing anything.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
I hope
okay.
I didn't ruin the video.
No, you didn't ruin the video.
But because of things that went down in Inside Out 2, that theory proved false, but especially with, like, a battle against guilt, it would really be cool to see joy turn into love. I just like that theory, and I actually kind of want that to actually happen now.
Yeah.
In a future project.
But who could be a good voice actor for her?
Wait. If she was to remain a separate character,
You know, I got an idea.
You see, wasn't that fun? That was fun, right?
Cree Summers. I'm just saying, her enthusiasm has that type of joy personality.
Yeah.
So, there you go. There you go. Why not? Another emotion that I want to see in Inside Out 3 is confusion. If that even is an emotion, I mean, I hope. Oh, man. But, yeah, he probably wouldn't know stink what Guilt's talking about.
Yeah.
And he may be a little bit on the edge about joining Joy at first, but I definitely think that he would. And the voice actor for him, honestly, I am very surprised that they have not gone with this choice already, but this guy is legendary.
Okay, good chat. I'm glad that we had this talk. That I'm continuing now by myself. Good.
The man, iconically playing a role in The Office, Steve Carell. And like I said, the fact that he has been in The Office and has not been hired for an Inside Out project, I'm actually surprised.
Yeah.
And especially like when he does that like gibberish. I mean, the emotions are all trying to get confusion on their side, and then he's just all like... But there is one more emotion that I really think could strongly resist guilt. Serenity. And I definitely think that that would be a very, very good idea. But you're not only going to need someone who has been in animated films before, but also someone with a deep, relaxed voice. Or at least, you know, somewhat deep, but definitely a relaxed voice. And believe it or not, but I honestly gotta go with this actress. She's back, hopefully, and I just have to say...
But I had to learn to open back up again. The truth is, I'm still working on it.
Gal Gadot. Now, granted you, I have never seen her in an animated movie before, but I would so love for her to play the voice of Serenity. I mean, oh my gosh, how good would that be?
Yeah, that would be good.
I mean, especially since...
Yeah, DC is...
Yeah.
You stink! Well, that wasn't very nice.
And that's pretty much the video, so make sure to like, share, subscribe, all those great things. And make sure to enter my contest for a Spider-Man Special Edition Funko Pop from No Way Home. All you gotta do is comment down below which of the 3 Tom Holland Spider-Man films is your favorite and why. And that's pretty much it. So, love you guys. You're awesome. Respectful eye guys out there. Peace out.